I mean, I got to be honest, Rick. I hope this one goes the distance, all 5 matches.
Well, we are underway. These two runners are off. We are here to go in the finals. And we're going to head on over, grab the sword. You see the normal up and A trick here. And then we're going to head on over towards the level 3. Which level are we getting?
I kind of hope it's level 8 or level 6. One of the big levels to start off early.
Neither runner getting a bomb drop off the first enemy here, and you are getting one of the larger levels. Level 7 is our first level found here at the level 3 location. rcdrone trying to do the pirouette to get himself a bomb door, and yet there it is.
Yeah, now an interesting start spot here in level 7. We are starting pretty much in the middle of the map, so that's going to sort of tell our runners a little bit of which direction they may want to move. Remember that in shapes, currently under the current algorithm, all maps must touch the bottom of the map area. So starting a little bit higher, they might want to try to head down south a little bit just to get to that area.
And we have a two-headed Gleeok here, and with Drone with 3 hearts, this is not much of a concern for him, considering the fact that, this is something that you normally have in your any percent runs, except for you have 1 fewer heart, takes care of it, no problems. That's the map in. Level 7, kind of giving that illusion like it's the old school level 7.
Yeah, so far, Randomizer not being too creative with its level designs, but both of our runners immediately leave, not too much exploration, not having bombs or anything in level 7. So they are both going to head towards vanilla level 1.
Both of them getting bombs before they get into this level here, and we find at level 1, it's a level that we can't do just yet, level 9.
Yeah, and that sync by the runners right there. I mean, we do have 2 different streams going on. Really good sync, and both of the runners are now going to make a play over towards the graveyard. Now, the reason is because the Armos over here naturally holds the power bracelet, and there's a 50% chance that's not going to be shuffled. There's also
simultaneous run into the forgotten spot. We find out that is one of our arrow shops. Well, it is going to be our arrow shop. It's 76 rupees, 250 for the blue ring. Now we're going to go ahead and check what is normally the bomb shop, and look at those 94 rupees both for the shield and the key.
Yeah, so that eliminates 2 of our shops so far, so they'll be able to check the other ones later. And we do have a heart underneath the Armos. Now, all of our dungeon hearts are shuffled in as well, so, 9 different possible hearts that could have been, but not too much benefit underneath our Armos tonight.
So, Krim, why are they searching these shops for?
Well, because all the levels are shuffled among the vanilla locations, and apparently level 6 didn't get that memo that it can be shuffled, but because they are shuffled among the vanilla locations, a candle is going to be required to get into the vanilla level 8 location.
So we see Dark Nuts here in this level 6. We see a early ladder block, and rcdrone says, enough is enough. I'm not going to go through this level at this point in time. I'll be back a little bit later on. We'll see if cytown decides to do the same. Yes, he does. There's the same. So these two are now going to head on over towards the Coast Heart to start loading up their life up to the 6 hearts that is needed for the white sword item.
Yeah, that's about the only benefit to finding the heart underneath the Armos. Typically, with the route they're running, you want to find a heart either under the Armos or in one of the levels. So you can grab the heart here, you can grab the heart from Monocle Rock north of Vanilla Level 2, and then you are guaranteed to get that white sword item at its location on your trip up to 5. So the routing is, of course, a natural route to sort of collect all the hearts that you need, and RC is going to take a trip along the coast first to see what that item is going to be out on the ladder spot.
It definitely makes sense at this point. Find out what you need to do. We are down to 2 possible shops that could have the candle that is going to be required to get into the level 8 location. So we have Gorillas and Gibdos making the trek out of dungeons and into the overworld. And the worst thing about Gorillas is when you have low health, they can stun really badly. The raft is going to be on the island here or in the ladder spots, so we do definitely need to get that ladder.
Yeah, so Raft, of course, just like the candle that we were talking about, as well as recorder, are all going to be required to get into dungeons here. The only sort of quote-unquote important item that we aren't going to need in this seed is the power.
68 rupees is the price for the candle, and it is in the normal candle shops. As Cytown ends up finding out that the recorder is our white sword item. So we get a little bit of a route divergence between these two runners. RC Drone's going to see what's over at the level 2 area, while Cytown's going to head over towards the level 5 area.
So the interesting thing about where the recorder and the raft are located is it's sort of a blessing and a curse for both of our runners. It's two items they don't really have to search for in order to find, but that does place a more of a idea. Do I gamble on, level 9 having the silver arrows because I don't want to do as much exploration for all these items when I know two that I absolutely need aren't in dungeons?
We have a very early Triforce here in level 4. We also saw the heart container was one of the items. Cytown finding level 2 at the 5 location. That's a nice find. There's also an early Triforce there as well. Now, Cytown getting that recorder early here could incite him to maybe take some gambles here. I don't think we would do it with level 2, however.
No, and he's not going to make that gamble. He's going to immediately head back in. But being up at level 5, if he does realize, oh my goodness, I'm running into a bunch of blue wizards, then he may take that option, because typically level 5 is a level where you don't want to have to return if you can at all avoid it. So having the recorder is also very nice.
So we end up seeing some Tektites here in this level 2. A nice move here by Cytown, pushing the block to see whether or not it was actually going to be a transport staircase. Because level 2 in shapes does have that tendency to be a segmented dungeon. We find ourselves with a 3-headed Gleeok with 7 hearts. Cytown has decided, nope, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and save. We may see an opposite strategy here from RC Drone given his ability to combat.
Yeah, RC, I have never actually seen enter a room and really be daunted by whatever he comes across, especially like Gleeoks. So I can definitely imagine him going in and just taking the dragon on and continuing at it. Cytown is going to pick up his candle. He had 71 rupees, which is enough for the purchase. So the nice thing about that is when he does head over towards that vanilla level 2 location, he can open up 8 as well.
He is going to be checking out the recorder at this point in time to see what level exists there. We've already seen level 9, so you know that that's not going to be the case at this stage. He's also going to collect his large secret, which we'll find out could be anywhere between 50 and 150 rupees. There's Drone seeing the Triforce, and he will grab it. Ooh, 56. That is the low secret, or the high secret. It is low.
Yeah, the low-high secret. The only discouraging thing about that for our runners would be the fact that we, of course, may need those arrows, and the arrows did roll up a little bit north of where they are in vanilla, so they will have to collect a little bit more money in order to purchase the arrows if they find an early buff.
So we see level 8 here at the recorder spot. And the interesting thing about level 8 is the fact that it can have 3 items, 1 on the floor and 2 in staircases.
Yeah, one of our 2 dungeons with 3 items, and then level 1 being the other, which we may find up at level 9 where RC is heading. But level 1 is definitely the better one to explore, because level 8 is typically, next to level 9, the largest dungeon we'll find in all of our maps, and well, we have wizards in 8 too, so that's even more reason to stay out.
Ooh, Cytown couldn't get around those blue wizrobes, ends up taking a death. RC Drone inside of this level 3, and level 3 is a nice level to find. It's one of the smaller dungeons, and it also has a combative upgrade for Drone by way of the white sword, but it does have Lionels.
Yeah, Lionels are annoying in the same reason as Gurias in dungeons, just because when you can tend to become hyper-focused on a specific one, and then one of the other, like, 20,000 in the room will go ahead and snipe you with their swords, and they do more damage than the Gurias, so they become a little more bothersome. But RC doing a really nice job here, gets the map, and, well, this is a linear 3.
Yeah, and that's kind of the possibility that you take with some of the early levels that they can turn very, very linear. We do see a bomb upgrade in this level 3. Obviously, Drone does not have enough rupees to be able to purchase it at this point. Cytown going to use the recorder, see if that does lead to something here underneath the staircase. And will kill one of the eyes, leaves it. That will kill the remainders, as he found out that the Dig Dogger, the individual eyes, did roll up on the HP shuffle.
Yeah, all normal enemies, not the bosses, but the normal enemies, which, while RC just does a beautiful clip there to get the power bracelet.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful, especially with that patron. This is something where that vanilla experience here for Drone is going to pay off, because the fact that he's got to normally do that in level 9 with a Patra in this similar room. Now, it's not normally an Expando Patra, but it's still experience.
Yeah, good news for Cytown right there, that the orange whiz robes, they're supposed to be red, but come on, let's face it, they're orange. They do go down in one bomb, so they will be easy for bomb farming as they come across them.
Yeah, we do see that the red Lionels ended up rolling high on the HP shuffle. They're normally 4 HP, and a bomb does not take care of that. RC Drone getting the Triforce out of 3. He does not need to explore those remaining 6 rooms, actually 7 rooms. That's a pretty solid level 3 there for Drone.
Yeah, I mean, it was already small to begin with, but if that's all you have to do for a level, you'll take that every day.
And there's the Triforce for Cytown, and with the recorder in hand, does Cytown make the play to end up leaving here? We'll find out in just a few moments. It looks like he's going to. Now, there are certain items that we need in this game. What are they?
Well, we absolutely need the recorder and the raft to get into vanilla level 7 and 4, respectively. And then we are also going to need the bow and the silver arrows, and for this specific seed, we already know that latter is 100% required. And the play by Cytown, he did decide to leave, and he is going to come back over to the force. He's going to pick up another 56 rupees here from the secret, and then probably head into vanilla level 8. I don't fault this, because he has to return to level 6 over at level 3 anyway. So he can always go back to level 8 for items there if he needs to.
So what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen Keese?
Pi.
Drone going back into this level 8, continuing to explore. Cytown will get the news that the ladder is going to be required. And so therefore we do definitely know that this is not going to be a case of RC Drone killing off again and without the ladder like we saw in the clip package. And it turns out that level 5 is underneath the burn bush, and I think that now will make it by elimination. Level 1 is under the raft.
Yeah, so level 1 is ladder blocked by default. Always lovely when that happens, because the easiest level is the hardest to get to.
Oh, Drone taking a uncharacteristic death there against the Dig Dogger with all of his bombs in his arsenal. And I know bomb management is going to be something that you're going to see these runners kind of hold true throughout this entire tournament, or these entire finals, because if you don't have bombs, you can't explore the rooms too efficiently.
Oh, Rick, by the way, I found out why I'm struggling with commentary so much. Apparently that guy lost the script, and that's what happened.
And here you're trying to borrow mine. Drone giving up on the manhandler. F5.
What were we saying about linear dungeons? Because 7, 3, and 5 all fall into that category.
5 just looks ugly. There's the Triforce in level 5. Cytown's not going to give up at this point. He wants to see what else is in this dungeon to find. We do see a heart container as one of the floor drops here in level 8, so that eliminates one of the items, but Drone can't touch it. Takes a death to the manhandler.
I mean, that manhandler was just camping over the heart. I mean, he was legitimately the Call of Duty and Halo players that you love to hate, because he was just camping and firing at you, so... These Wizrobes giving RC the business.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. And this is what having the limited health of this early situation. Oh, they are just crowding him at this point. Look at this, and he finally will get out of here, but with 1 heart remaining. Cytown finding the red ring in level 5.
Okay, so the design of level 5 is ugly. The item in level 5, not so much. I mean, that's big, because now Cytown's going to be 1,000% more confident in his combat as he's going through these dungeons now. We'll see him really take on the enemies in a much faster pace, which can really help him, get what he needs. He is going to be searching for a floor item too, so that's also going to be a big deal.
Well, this means that Cytown's going to be playing around with a lot more confidence when he's dealing with some nasty rooms, like, for instance, the entire level 8 that Drone's been dealing with at this point. And we do see ourselves with a ladder block here. Now, it's not confirmed that it's a true ladder block at this point, because there's some unexplored rooms on the northern side of this level 5 still.
Yeah, and we also have the possibility that our transport staircase does lead us down into that section. So Cytown looks like he's just going to pick up the Triforce for right now. He may abandon until he gets the ladder, just so he knows he can full clear 5 if he needs to come back.
And now Cytown is leaving that level. Cytown is, rcdrone has given up on level 8 for the time being. He does know that there is a heart drop in one of the rooms in level 8, so both of the items that he's looking for is going to be on the floor now, or rather on staircases. So Drone's not going to pick up this large secret, and he's going to get the unfortunate news about the value of that secret, but it's going to be enough to get him that blue candle.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big thing for Drone is pretty much at this point he knows where all of his exploration is now. It's just a matter of finding what he needs. The big one is going to be that ladder, because as soon as he opens this up, he will know that level 1 is at that rat spot.
And Drone about ready to make his way into level 5, or he's going to screen scroll first to grab his blue candle. Then he's going to go and get into level 5. Cytown fluting away from level 4. So both runners have opted to do the one room level 4 strat at this point, not wanting anything else to do with it. But I think the big reason is they don't want to spend that key.
Yeah, haven't really found much else. And the thing is at that point, both runners had other dungeons to explore, and Cytown could be under the impression that I mentioned earlier, hey, level 9 might be level 1, so I'm going to head up there first and check, and hope that I come across level 1 and may be able to get a good item like the Any Key, or get some answers like the ladder or something like that, so his exploration becomes a lot easier.
And so Cytown making his way over towards the level 9 area. We know this is going to be level 3. Level 1 is on Raft Island. Just a reminder, we only have the 2 indicators, or actually we do have the 3 indicators. We just got to get a box for it. But this is a best of 5 finals between these 2 runners. Game 2 coming up Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, then Game 3 will be Saturday, 2 o'clock. Everything else is, if necessary, after that, over the weekend.
Yeah, so RC is currently going through level 5. We saw the red ring wasn't too far off from where the Triforce was, as Cytown does pick up his white sword. So both of the runners, after their respective dungeons, will have red ring and white sword, which is by far enough combat for each of them.
Yeah, we've seen some of these deaths by these runners early on in this run. Those deaths are going to discontinue as we get the red ring and the white sword. When you get when you get runners of this caliber, the defensive upgrade and the offensive upgrade, they're going to be moving around a little more faster. And we do see the bomb upgrade purchase from Cytown, +3 for the max bombs.
And that's rough for RC. Actually, 1 key short of getting down to the room with the red ring. So he is going to leave here temporarily without the red ring.
And we have yet to see what the ladder is. We've yet to see what the bow is. And both of those items are going to be necessary. We've yet to see where the silver arrows is. So we see Cytown trying to just tackle against this Patra. We saw the block clip from rcdrone earlier against this Patra. And this is where that red ring's coming into play here for Cytown.
Yeah, RC heading back into level 2. Now, the odd thing is RC was blocked out of level 5, and due to the vanilla nature, level 5 is typically one that actually grants you a lot of keys, and here it actually ate all of RC's keys up, so that could potentially be a huge deal for him, depending on what he can find key-wise, well, besides this one in level 2.
Well, the thing is that if you're still lacking certain items later on, level 5 might be a level that you're going to go back into, seeing that early Triforce and not pulling either of the remaining items in there. So it's a possibility that this isn't the end for Drone, as we do see is 3 keys already here for Drone inside of this level 2.
Yeah, so that is benefiting him a lot. Still waiting to find where the progression in level 2 is. Looks like he had an area down here in this south that he can head right here, but still hasn't seen the map yet either.
Yeah, and as you mentioned before, the rule regarding the maps is it's generally going to be found. Well, there it is right there. I just don't know.
I mean,
Drone trying to get the Force 10 off the Moldorm. Unfortunately, I think the top one just moved too far away from the bomb, which ended up resulting in him getting a 5 rupee drop instead of getting a bomb drop. And, well, thankfully he will get a beneficial bomb drop right there.
Yeah, and the nice thing about having a map with a level like this, where it seems like so many bomb walls are present, at least he is able to navigate now, knowing exactly where to bomb. With resources being a big thing like they are, it does help him sort of keep his count and only bomb where needed.
So Cytown inside of this level 6.
Yeah, it could be a big play. Remember, neither of our runners really did any exploration in level 6 yet, so good potential for an item to be here. And as I mentioned earlier, as soon as he gets done exploring whatever he does in level 6, he can go ahead and head right back into level 8 and explore there for the 3 potential items.
Find the staircase here inside of this level 6, and Drone finding a replenishment of bombs. And we're down to, well, there's one of the items. I was going to say we're down to 3 items. No real results here, but we find ourselves with the book.
Yeah, and I believe actually level 2 also had a heart container that each of our runners found early on. So level 2 is done.
Yeah, that would explain it. And look where Drone is. He's back in 5.
Yeah, now both items are at large here for Drone, and he knows exactly what was blocking him, and he knows it is very linear. So he is going to come across that red ring, but then just like Cytown, he is going to discover that ladder block that is keeping him from the other item in 5. So we will see him at least pick up his ring here soon, and then we'll have to see what he decides to do.
There we go. We got ourselves the 3rd box. Shout outs to the crew that's working behind the scenes to get everything going for us here on Speed Gaming. As rcdrone trying to figure out what 2 items exist here inside of this level 5. Cytown trying to figure out what's in this level 6. And there is the red ring pickup there for rcdrone.
Yeah, really, actually, don't blame him for the decision he did there. If that happened to be the transport staircase, check the room to the left really quick, see what's there, and then take the transport. So, really good idea for him to check there, but he is going to burn this key, and he is going to discover the ladder block.
Yep, and he's going to go ahead and save out of here and just be gone of this level 5. And it looks like rcdrone's getting ready to head back to level 7. And we didn't do a whole lot of exploration in level 7 either.
No, this was actually really quick because I think pretty much all their paths were blocked for the most part, so RC doing a nice job there to get more bombs from that manhandler, but typical level 7 gives you a lot of options on which way to go.
Cytown still not finding anything inside of this level 6 as Drone packing through this level 7 sees the Lamola's here as well. Gets himself the compass. That'll let him know where he needs to go for the Triforce in this level 7. Patience here by Cytown, not overdoing it here with the enemies that can destroy him in 2 hits. And Drone skipping that patcher for now. He'll come back to it if he needs to.
And the any key here in level 7 for Drone.
And we've had some key issues early on in this seed, and that will go away by pickup of that any key.
Could the reverse C here have our other item?
That's the possibility. Could be that, or it could be the transport staircase. And like it is for the real level 7 up there in that top right corner, it is a transport staircase.
Right to the
That
Triforce.
takes you right to the Triforce. That's nice. Is Drone going to leave here with 1 item in his pocket? As Cytown continues to explore level 6. Another key for Cytown.
And there is the Triforce sitting with Goma. Luckily, do not have to kill the Goma to grab that one, but is going to grab it. Are we going to see Cytown jump back into level 6?
And Drone going back into level 8 at this point. He knows the heart container is the floor drop. In game 1 of the championships here, the number 1 seed versus the number 7 seed. Drone has not lost a match at all here in brackets.
No, didn't even really lose many during the qualifiers. Drone is quite an accomplished randomizer and
Look
vanilla
at this. Destroyed that Wizro broom.
Yeah, and that is what Red Ring will do for Drone.
Gets into this room. Sees a bomb drop here by Staphos. Cytown is now in level 4. With the Triforce in level 6 in his arsenal. Drone sees that key and says, I don't need you now.
He does still need the ladder for that room. So,
Yes, he does.
he's going to go back and, yeah. I mean, with the red ring and white sword, I mean, RC's Drone is, his sword is basically butter now, just cutting through the enemies like nothing.
So don't forget to mark your notebooks that there is a Chevy room in that level 4. But there is a way to get to the north of it. Could this be a path to where we need to go to find something good? Cytown finishes the room. We get ourselves the map here to level number 4. As Drone has found a staircase, and if this is a connected 8, and it should be a connected 8 based on the map in 7, we should find one of our items. It's a heart container.
Drone is going to grab that, puts him up to 8 heart containers with red ring. That's essentially 32 hearts, so that is a lot of health. Don't expect him to grab any more if he comes across any more, but I mean, if they're there, we'll probably grab it if it's on the floor, but may not make the track through a staircase anymore.
Yo! And we have
wow.
ourselves the ladder in 4. And we now know that Drone is going to have to make his trip back to level 4.
Yeah, and that is big for Cytown because that also opens up the raft for him. And, I mean, at this point, a blitz of level 1, very possible that it may reward with the bow or silvers. I mean, that is huge. So Drone still in this level 8, searching around. Now, remember, we still do have one item at large. Bow or silvers could be a huge item here as well. So, I mean, the ladder find is huge for Cytown, but does not count out drone in the slightest.
Yeah, absolutely. And all will come down to where the other items that we need to beat this game. Oh, that's a single block room with a Goma!
Man, and RC has a lot of this level 8 explored already too, so that could be huge. Now, RC may put that in the back of his mind as well, that there's a potential item there.
Absolutely. And so we now know that drone will have to go back into level 4. The question is, when will he? We know he's done this through the tournament here, made a few gambles. As Cytown continues to explore this level 1, and we got Bunny City.
Man, this makes you almost feel like the bow has to be in this room, doesn't it?
Yeah, because usually the bow is going to be someplace that will make this room a whole lot easier, but the game says, nope, I'm not going to give it to you. You're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, White Sword does make them a lot easier, but still, 8 rabbits bouncing around, never easy. And it is possibly the item? No, segmented level 1.
Segmented 1. And also, just a reminder here that the pulse voice are not considered bull blocked, so therefore it's all fun and games in this seed. We get ourselves the map in level 1. Oh god. There's the Triforce in level 1.
Speaking of Triforce, drone grabs his out of level 8. Really interested to see if he's going to return for that last item, and he is bailing on level 8.
Yeah, he might be under the idea here that the Goma will block that item. So therefore, he is out of here, and it looks like he's heading over to level 6 at this point. As Cytown finds a heart container as the one of 2 floor drop items in level 1.
Now, something to keep an eye on, Cytown is currently at 2 keys, and level 1 tends to eat a lot of keys, as we are seeing. And there's the other floor item, it's another heart.
And here is the diamond staircase, so this is going to be the item. So you had to spend the 2 keys in order to get to it. And what do we have inside here? It is a heart, it's a triple heart 1.
So now, that is huge for RC, because now a lot of our spots for the silver arrows has been depleted, so he knows in the back of his mind that Goma might be blocking that second item in 8, which could still be the silver arrows. And now he's in level 6, which could potentially still contain the bow.
Yeah, we did not see Cytown discover both items inside of this level 6 as Drone passes up a bomb as he didn't need it at that point. He's going to find that this is the transport staircase. Now, remember, diamond staircases and shapes can be drop rooms in certain dungeons.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is important to remember that, because you may need to clear them out, because it isn't always going to be a guarantee that the item is just sitting out there for the runners to pick up.
And also, don't forget, because of the any key here, Drone's decision-making could be based on, I don't care about keys at this point. This locked door could get me to where I need to go, and what if it does lead to what he needs? Silent killing there, that's another case of having the added defense here helping him out, as Cytown is inside of this level 7, so he will get the any key in here if he does explore the northern section. We only saw one item in this 7, didn't we? The any key.
Yeah, and that was the floor drop. I think RC found the Triforce and just opted to leave after already discovering the transport staircase. So he knows that it's just a staircase, one single staircase he's going to be looking for in there.
Yeah, that's correct, because he got transported over to where the Triforce was. A Cytown here inside of this level 7 chooses to take care of the Panther, which we now know is not necessary. So yeah, this is game 1 of the 2019 tournament finals, and we've had a lot of fun here with the entire crew of people that came along for this tournament. Down to these two, best 3 out of 5. And hi there, Dig Dogger.
Luckily, only one of the baby doggers there for RC does give him the compass, so he knows where to go for the Triforce now, but he is determined on finding some of these items because he still needs bow, he still needs silvers, and he still needs ladder, so it's going to be huge for him if one of those items, well, the bow or the silvers, does lie here in level 6.
Cytown has not gotten the any key yet. He has walked past the room that contains it, which is on that second row of rooms here in this level 7. He's walking back. He's gonna like it if... There it is! Not under the second row, just in that room. There it is.
Yeah, he killed one of the Lamola, I believe, and just left the room to destroy the other one. Very heads up for him to go back and check before taking that transport staircase.
He is still searching. Remember, this is something that Drone did not do. He got put right into that room, and he wound up grabbing the Triforce and leaving. Both runners committed to the levels that they're currently in. And remember, Drone did not have the ladder when he was in here. He still doesn't have the ladder. Here could be a potential staircase room, double-blocked room. What if this is the staircase, Krim?
Oh, wow. So Drone is still exploring 6, which Cytown did not do. Cytown is still exploring 7, which Drone did not do.
And he couldn't do it.
Yeah. So this is a really big breaking moment for each of these runners if something critical is in this room. And it is just a key for Cytown.
And Drone getting locked in with the Goma. That's probably why Cytown ended up opting to leave that level 6 when he did, because he got locked into the room with the Goma. No way to get around it as he continues to explore this level 7 is Cytown. Dead end room, can't go anywhere else.
And Drone is heading back into level 6, so we will potentially see what is here.
This is fun here, Krim.
Now we do have a shutter door in that room. That will not be a push block for the staircase item. Cytown exploring most of it, and here's our item.
Here it is right now. So watch this turn out to just be a boomerang, because we haven't seen either of them yet.
It is a red candle, another item that is not going to benefit him.
Another vanilla item. That's 2 of them. Ladder in 4, red candle in 7. And with that now, Cytown can just go right straight for the Triforce. Get on out of here. Drone did a good decision, but will he go back to 7 later on?
Knowing that he still has level 4 to do, I think that would be a play before anything, especially looking for this ladder.
Yeah, but what happens after he leaves level 1?
Yeah, that's going to be the big question.
By the way, this now leaves 2 possible places where I believe that the bow can be.
6 and 5, I think.
Either 5 or 6. Remember, we were ladder blocked from one of the 2 items in level 5, and I thought Cytown was going back to 5, but he's not.
And then the other big thing is, with bow being one of those items, that leaves us a 66% chance as commentator knowledge that silvers are a 9. The other potential place could be under that Goma in 8. And wow, this 6.
Yeah, that's as much level 9 Swiss cheese as you can get. Now, this was the transport staircase. This will not be the item staircase, and Drone knows this as he takes a look at his notes, trying to figure out where in the world does he have to go in order to get to this. As we see Cytown back in level 2, so he's going to go get the book, or at least he's going to see the book.
Yeah, it's going to be more knowledge. Of course, this is the play to make. 2 is your smallest dungeon, so this is the one that you definitely want to head to first. finds a compass, which is not needed, and is going to, like Drone, explore all the bottom here. Now we know the book was located in the northern section of 2.
Yep.
So we'll do a little more exploring here before he finds it.
Oh, shooting. Oh, no.
Now,
what you wanted to have happen.
Yeah, he did have the option of using the potion for sword beams there, but he would rather hold on to it. So instead, decides to up a really, really rough spot for that shutter to fall in the vertical shoot room.
Bomb drop right there for Cytown. Gonna go ahead and pick those up as we see Drone. He's continuously looking at that mini-map, studying all of his options. Where have I not been in this level 6? And I think he's homing out this northeast corner now.
Yeah, and I know that every single randomizer player that is sitting in chat right now is like, oh man, this seems familiar, like doing this for level 9, but having to do it for level 6 instead, just to see all the different avenues you haven't explored yet.
Double block room, but a shutter door, so this is not going to be the item. Also, Dark Nuts, blue Dark Nuts rolled up in HP. It takes 5 white sword hits in order to take them down. As Drone here in the very northeast corner of this disgusting, vile-looking level 6. Trying to wait out the timer of the bubble.
Barely escapes that blue Dark Knight, sending him all the way back down to just 1 heart after clearing out that room. Health, a little bit of something that Drone's going to need to keep an eye on, but he is running out of places to explore here. And Cytown is back in 8.
Also nice that the red Dark Nuts go down in 1 sword hit. Okay, Drone's gonna have to be a little careful here, down to half of a heart. He's got 3 parts of the life remaining, but you don't want to take it here, getting hit by a 1 HP normal dealing enemy, because that would knock him down to 1/4. And there's the use of the potion. He does not want to die this deep into 6.
No, only having a few rooms left to check. Definitely want to keep your yourself in this area, because trekking back here would be very, very time consuming. So looking at his map, deciding where he needs to go, looks like potentially may need to bomb south from that.
He's got this room cornered off here. Perhaps this will be the answer to the problems, the single room. And there it is.
And we have the silvers.
There's the silvers. Ooh, the best thing to find here, as Cytown's going to probably make 6 one of his last destinations.
Yeah, not having... He's digging out the largest dungeon right now, and not having the map in level 6, it is going to discourage him from coming back, and he is not going to find the bow here either, so he may make the big gamble in 9. And I think that means that puts our bow in level 5. So, RC knows that the second item in 5 is ladder blocked.
Yep.
He knows he doesn't have what's in 4.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes 4 and finds the ladder, my guess is he'll make the play to 1 first, but immediately after, I would assume that his play is going to be to level 5. Cytown finding one of the hearts here.
There's the bow at 6! Bow is in 6! Floor
Oh
drop!
my goodness! We never got either item in 6! Oh my... That explains why RC was clearing out all the rooms too. We never saw either item in 6.
So now that makes it so Cytown definitely has to go back into 6 at some point in time, as Jones back into 4, and he knows now that the ladder has to be here.
Yeah, it's for Drone, it is either here or potentially in level 8 behind that Goma, but level 4, much smaller, much easier to get through.
True.
It's definitely the decision that he's going to make in look at that level 8.
Yeah, I kind of had to figure that this 8 was going to be something of this nature when you took a look at the map for level 7.
Absolutely, and it is totally a turtle sticking its head out of its shell.
So, Drone making his way through this level 4, trying to home in to where he needs to go to get this ladder, but where he needs to go is around this ladder blocked area here. He needs to go to the north, but he's going to go to the south. This will buy Cytown just a little bit more time. Don't forget game number 2. Oh, see, he's saving out of this. He's got probably the idea that it's going to be the Goma in 8. Ooh.
This is going to give Cytown a little more time. The thing for Cytown is, my guess is if he doesn't find what he needs here in level 8, which we know he won't, he may return to 5 first, because he also knows that that second item is ladder blocked in level 5.
Back into 8 is Drone, so he will see what the Goma has. That's probably what he's going to be trying to get to first. Drone seeking out knowledge about where the ladder is. Cytown still missing out on the bow, knows both of those items that we're talking about, the ladder and the bow, can never be in level 9. That's why you see Cytown still in this level 8.
Yeah, both Boomerangs and Wand are pretty much, and I believe maybe 1 heart.
Yep.
Are
we're missing 4 items. The item in 5, the item in 8, and 2 and 9.
So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how well Drone remembers where to get to that Goma.
It's going to be interesting just trying to figure out what's going through both of these runners' minds at this point in time. You're seeking out a required item, and you're now pretty much at your last stands of where this can be. As we see, Goma did have the item. And it is the silver boomerang. So now Drone knows it has to be in level 4 unless he tracked something. Oh, he's going back to 7! That's right, he did get the second item in 7, which we know is the red candle!
Yeah, not having the map in level 4 is coming up big right now. Buying Cytown as much time as it possibly can. He is saving out of level 8, figures that he may have explored everything that he can with not being able to find the bow. So where is he going to head now? Is he going to go back to level 6, or is he heading to level 5?
He is heading back to level 6, and that's going to be the bow and the silver arrows for him if he does explore everything inside of this level. My question is what does he do if he only finds the bow in here?
That is going to potentially be like one of the biggest things. And remember, bow's a little easier to come across if you head over towards where the Triforce was. The path to the Silvers was a little more convoluted, so it all determines which way he goes when he comes across that crossroads up there in the northwest of level 6.
We see the bait block. We also see the second of the bomb upgrades here in this level 7. That's vanilla. And almost in the same spots that they are in the vanilla game.
Well, I mean,
it's a very funny. It's a funny coincidence. Okay, Drone is just a couple of rooms away from where the red candle turned out to be. He just got to go a few rooms here to the right-hand side. Oh, he's going to bomb and head south, however. What a twist here. Game 1 of the finals.
Yeah, this has become a big hunt for both of our runners, trying to find that thing that they need. Cytown needing the bow and the silvers out of the level he's in. Drone needing to either find the right candle here or discover that he cannot get to it. And here it is going to be. So he's going to end up realizing he has to go back to either 4 or 5 and try to find a workaround. We know 4 is the answer.
Yep. And here's the thing with level 4 for Drone. Once he gets into 4, he will know where he needs to go at some point in time if he can find where the map is. Level 1, once he gets into there, is going to be a very short dungeon.
Absolutely. The Triforce is actually only a few rooms in if you took the transport staircase, which I would almost assume Drone's going to do, with level 1 being as small as it normally is.
Yeah, there's only 5 rooms on the very small on the bottom portion, and Drone back inside of this level 4.
He is going to do what he can to sort of find where else he can possibly go here. We know that the map is very linear on the right side here and expands quite a bit up at the top, so he's going to have to find where he needs to go in order to get this ladder.
Both runners are going to be panicking just a little bit at this stage. We're 50 minutes in, and you know what both of these runners are capable of. They've had several 40-minute seeds in this tournament. So you've got to be worrying just a little bit about where the other runner is at this run. You don't know where they are, and you have no way of knowing it except for that IRC, which I know Drone, by the way, he does not take a look at the IRC.
Yeah, and there's the big answer of why RC was struggling, because the map was actually ladder blocked or bomb blocked. So you did need to find the bomb hole to get to the ladder here in level 4.
And here is the room that Drone needs to get into. Silver arrows, he's going to take care of that Pole's voice pretty easily. That's the thing that's going to be really nice here for Drone when he gets into level 1. There is the ladder for Drone. So now he's going to get out of here. He's going to go ahead. Ooh, well, he's going to float to 5 at this point. Wait, Drone, please remember, you have to get the raft. Oh, no. He's going to forget that he didn't get the raft.
He'll realize it in about 3 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is his whistle.
Now he flew to 5.
And, I mean, at this point, finding the ladder where you did in 4...
By the way, Cytown is about to get the silvers.
Yeah, so that's going to be huge for Cytown to come across the silvers first here in level 6. I almost imagine he would have to be continuing on just trying to look for the bow here.
Well, at this point, it's either bows here or the bows in 5.
Yeah, and with as much he has explored, you don't want to leave here to go to 5 just to find out it's not in 5. So definitely a good call, and I mean the right call here to continue exploring.
So Cytown's going to finish off this room because don't forget, diamond staircases and shapes can be cleared room drops. We've seen it come into play in some of these tournament races. Here's Drone inside of this level 1. He probably doesn't realize this is a segment. He's going to try to clear this out. Well, he's going to find out that this is a staircase. Does he check what's inside? No, he does not. This is where the situation of not realizing that this is a segmented level 1 is going to come back to harm him just a little bit. Cytown is just a couple of rooms off where that bow is. In fact, I think he just stepped right past where the room the bow is. It's, I think, underneath the V, 4 rooms down. I think at this point, Drone's got to realize he's got to take that transport staircase. There's the shoot room lock-in here for Cytown, and without the beam sword, not much he can do.
Yeah, that is big because that actually takes him quite a way away from where these silvers are now. May have a more direct path than RC did, not having the ladder when he was in here, but it is a little more exploration that he needs to do to get back over there.
We could still have a race in 9, though.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing is set for either runner yet.
Yep, here we go. here we go. Get to the room to the left here, and we could have both runners heading for level 9 at the same time. Drone getting the Triforce. Cytown's in the room with a bow. Here we go, friends.
So once again, we have another close race coming up.
Yes, we do. Cytown's going to be the first to level 9, but just by seconds, because he's got the faster path to get there. What are we doing in level 9, Krim?
Well, we're going to be looking and listening for a roar and a door. Both of our runners are going to be listening for the sound of Ganon, which is audible from any one of the 4 adjacent rooms to Ganon. Then there will be a shutter door that does not open upon clearing all the enemies until the beast is down. So if they find the shutter door that doesn't open, they know that Zelda's behind that door.
Cytown into level 9 just by seconds here. Drone, he's going to go to the room to the right here first. No shutter door over there, so he's not going to try to clear out that room. We saw that come into play during this tournament here. Nobody checked, one runner checks to the right, the other one doesn't.
Already finding 2 of our old man here in level 9. Right next to each other. Well, no, old man. You're definitely next to each other. That is not up for debate.
Cytown clearing out that room here at the transport staircase. Oh, there is a Gleeok. He's going to be masking the roar of Ganon if Ganon is the next room over. Because he's got a shutter door, you're going to see both of these runners try to kill this room here to see whether or not Zelda is to the south. She is not. Now, do you go back in? Yes, you do. Ganon is not to the next room. There's the other old man.
Is.
He fell asleep. Drone here, investigating the room over to the left. Sees a transport staircase potentially, or maybe the item staircase.
Cytown is heading back in. He may head right here from this old man room.
Yeah, he's going to do that now. We got ourselves 2 shutter doors, so we know that this Gleeok that Drone is facing is not the answer. In the back of your mind, you want to take a look at Drone seeing no drop in this room, so this is going to be the map.
Yeah, very, very good knowledge to have that if a Triforce room does not have an item, it's definitely going to drop the map upon clearing it. So, I mean, typical level 9 for us. A lot of broken areas to go, so we'll see how it directs our players through here. And we have Wizrobes and, man, single shutter with 5 blue Wizrobes.
Yep, so Drone's going to tackle this here at this point. Cytown taking staircases. Maybe he finds the path to get to Ganon faster. And no, that is not where Zelda is. Oh, Drone has found where Ganon is!
It is going to take 8 hits from the white sword here to take down Ganon. Remember, there's always the potential for Zelda to be in the very next room.
There's the sunlight for Drone, and he's going to get the 8th hit and fires the silver arrows. Is Zelda to the next room to the left? That's going to be his first choice. Is she? No. One bomb for Drone, though, so that's going to play into his mind as he gets locked into a room with the manhandle as Cytown going through this level 9. Trying to figure out the path. He's in the wrong section of this level 9, but maybe a staircase could take him closer. There was a staircase in that one room to the right of where Ganon was. Cytown finishing off this room. This has that single shutter door. That may not open. And it does open.
Drone able to get some bombs off of those Lionels. Very good thought to kill them just for a little more exploration. Is going to need to continue exploring, and that staircase leads him nowhere, just back down to the southeast of this level 9.
Yeah, I think we saw Cytown end up taking that staircase. It's been, I think, the only staircase that Cytown has taken so far.
Cytown up in the northeast of level 9. Another single shutter door with this 3-headed Gleeok. Could this be where Zelda is?
It is. We have found where Zelda is.
So Zelda in that third room down underneath the hyphen is where Drone needs to get to.
Cytown taking a look at his map, trying to figure out his options. He needs a staircase that directs him over to that northwest corner.
Yeah, needs to be able to either get that or hope that this top path here does run him across the whole level, so that will bring him towards where Ganon is.
Heart container, one of the items inside of this level 9. Drone in the southwest corner, away from where he needs to go to get to where Zelda is. He's going to start taking some staircases. Would have been funny if he found the second item.
Yeah, Cytown very, very close.
This puts him in the area!
Cytown's close. Drone is close. Drone setting up for the clip here.
Yes, he is. He's going to go into this room. The question is, does he bomb to the north? Yes, he does. Cytown is on the very top rung of this level 9. Can't get to Zelda from this direction, however. You have to go from the left, apparently. Cytown trying to figure out where Ganon is. He's just bullying his way through all the enemies at this point.
Drone potentially needs to go right there. Goes up instead.
Yep, he does. He's down to one bomb. Cytown ends up heading over, and he's gonna end up over at the V, trying to bomb around. This is an area that we just saw Drone, but Drone is in the general area. He's just 2 rooms away. Downward he goes. There's the shutter door that opens up, and Drone takes the 1-0 series lead here in the finals.
Drone coming in with an official SRL time, 1:01:55.
Game 2, Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, here on Speed Gaming. And after all the fun and thrills we've had in this game 1, it is going to be such a fun game 2. Can't wait for it. As Cytown, there it is. He hears the roar. He's gonna check this room to the south first, find out that he's not there, and gets locked in with the blue whiz robes. He's gonna try to bomb in at this stage. There he can bomb in. So Drone was able to hear Ganon in that room next to the whiz robes. He went to the right because that was the room that existed, and his bombs probably pushed him in. His lack of bombs in that situation pushed him in that direction. Just turned out not to be. Cytown finishes off against the Ganon fight. Now he knows exactly where he needs to go to save the princess. Hello, rcdrone.
Hello.
We're going to talk to you coming up in just a few moments here, as Cytown is just a few rooms away from finishing this seed. And then we'll get your thoughts about this entire run that just went through many twists and turns. Cytown will complete the loop around. Just 3 rooms away from finishing off this run. Two rooms to go here for Cytown.
Yep, able to just dive down through these rooms.
And there's the door that will open up, as we knew it from him, because he killed off that Gleeok while Drone was on the search for Zelda. Get your GGs in the chat for Cytown. What's the official time?
Official time of 1:04:07.
So 2 minutes and change, the difference between these two runners in game 1 of the finals. Congratulations, Drone.
Hey, Thanks a lot.
So, what's going through your mind as you're doing that frantic search for the ladder? You go back into level 7, trying to hunt it down there. You go back to the Goma and 8, and all of these items that you're finding that is not the ladder. What's going through your mind?
So I had a seed earlier. It might have been against Thurwolf, where the ladder was not. There was a ladder block in 4, and I didn't bomb all the walls, and the ladder was not in 4. So when I was in 4 this time, and I couldn't walk to a map, I just decided not to bomb the walls and try every other level, and that was turned out to be the wrong play.
Now, one thing that gave you the big advantage that probably swung the race back into your favor was the fact that you found both the bow and the silvers in level 6.
Yeah, I knew that could get me back into the race because basically everything else that I did kind of made me think I was going to lose, especially the 3 deaths in 8 early, just playing really bad and careless, and I can't be doing that the rest of the way.
We welcome in cytown, who had some similar issues with that level 8. Tell me your thoughts about the seed.
It should have been a quicker seed, really. But I just didn't dig, and I should have dug, I guess. Finding the transport in 6 ended up being a really bad thing for me because it took me right to the Triforce. And if I wouldn't have, I'd at least have been like accidentally finding something, one of the two. Yeah, go ahead.
Both of you ended up taking that transport staircase, and the big difference was at the time was Drone was still looking for the ladder, and at that point that kind of forced his hands because he knew what was on the coast there with the raft and still didn't have the bow and the silver arrows as well. So going through that level 8 and you see that Goma blocking a potential staircase room, what's going through your mind, cytown?
I'm figuring the silvers are probably behind it. I knew that automatically meant that I just had to find the floor item in 8, which was 2 rooms from start, unfortunately, and that was the only room over there I didn't go to. I think I full cleared 8, looking for items.
You'll be pleased to... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, you'll be pleased to know that there was something silver in that staircase with that Goma, the magic
nice
boomerang.
Yeah. Good times.
That was a close one. I almost forgot that the Goma was in 8, and I was about to go down and away from the Goma, and then I realized, wait, the Goma is probably the final staircase, and then I went back up.
By the way, Drone, so let me ask you this question. You're about 50 minutes into this seed, and things are kind of getting a little rough for you because you last locationed where the ladder's going to be. So then you make your way on out of there, and you decide to walk over towards the level 1 location on the raft. What went through your mind when you stepped on that raft dock and nothing?
Yeah, just crap. It was, it's not the first time I've made that mistake. It won't be the last. I mean, obviously in my head, I'm just in go mode, and yeah, I needed that item.
A fantastic ride for both of you, and this is the kind of seed that seemed to kind of waver in both directions. What would you like to say to that map in level 4, Drone?
Not nice things. That was evil. Reminds me of the old days, which I kind of miss. The old days where the maps could be behind walls.
So words that shouldn't be uttered on speed gaming at 11:42 Eastern Time. Feasel, you better prepare the bleep button.
We should really install one of those. That would be great.
Well, maybe. I mean, there will probably be some commentary which just should be nothing but bleeps, and then we definitely don't want that to happen. But, okay, so you guys had to wait one extra day to play this game because of unfortunate circumstances regarding restreams and the stream links and whatnot, how did you both mentally prepare over the last 24 hours during this delay?
I just kind of goofed off last night and played around. I mean, I'm all sorts of excited about this, really. My voice probably doesn't sound like it right now just because it's midnight. But I'm all so I feel like I'm playing on house money, so I'm going for it no matter what. So whether it's today, tomorrow, Thursday, whatever, I don't care. Let's go. I'm just having a good time.
And what about you, Drone?
Yeah, I had some seeds on Sunday that didn't go too well in practice. I put up a 140 plus. That was by far my worst time in these seeds, and then that was the final seed that I had going into yesterday. So yesterday I had a couple practice seeds that went 50 and 40 minutes, so that was I guess calmed me down a little bit. Although today I played terrible, so maybe my preparation wasn't the greatest. I hope I can play better over the course for the next 4 matches.
Now, I'm going to start with Cytown here, and I'll turn to Drone. How does tonight's results alter your game plan heading into Game 2 Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern?
I really, I don't know how else to say it. I don't care if I'm down 0-2, up 2-0. I just got to play the way I always play. I got here for a reason, so I'm going to stick to whatever I've been doing and try to keep up with it. And hopefully I can keep up with RC. More than likely, he's been the class of the tournament so far. So and I just got to play my game.
And you would say that's your philosophy as well. Is that right, Drone?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can't deny it at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to try to go as fast as I can, make the best decisions I can.
Remember to get the wrap before you go to the level 4's location.
Yeah, that would be a mistake I won't be making.
If somebody can remind me about things I forget in certain games that I play, then I should be able to do the same just for now. But, take nothing of it. You two definitely deserve to be here in the championship, and tonight's results definitely showed that. Anything you want to add, Krim?
Yeah, I was just going to say, both of you have, even with the early struggles and the early deaths, because let's face it, the enemy sets in some of those dungeons weren't the most forgiving, but even with all that, you guys had put on an amazing show, an amazing expose tonight. You actually entered level 9 within 6 seconds of each other. Drone was one screen behind the entire path to level 9, so definitely a good showing, and I definitely can say for me, all the more reason to watch on Thursday.
Was it just because I went up to the Northwest? Is that what cost me?
You started
Probably,
off.
yeah.
I
was not in the Northwest.
Yeah, you started off with the South area, and that's where the two of you decided to change your paths just a little bit, as Drone just kind of did a clockwise route heading through that level 9. Found Ganon first, as you found Zelda first. It's just you didn't get to Ganon fast enough, Cytown.
Okay.
It's one of those ones that could have gone either way, depending on how luck went.
Yeah, I was low on bombs when I was in the south, and you have to bomb 1 to the right. I think 4 left from start, 4 left and 1 up, and you had to bomb to the right. And I only had 1 bomb left, so I didn't use it. And I tried the staircase, ended up being a staircase right next to the other staircase, which was frustrating. That happened twice. And, but, c'est la vie. It was still fun.
If you go back and watch this, both of you had similar bomb issues in level 9. It's just Drone figured out the path to get to Ganon, and at that point in time, he's not listening for Aurora. He's just looking for a shutter door. And I honestly think that may have been the big difference at that point.
Makes sense. I tried to take more of a circular pattern after I finally found the right bomb hole there, but that was about it.
But GG's to both of you, and again, you both have definitely showcased that you deserve to be here in the championships, and I personally can't wait to see what you two bring in game number 2 in 2 nights.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here.
So once again, get your GGs into chat for both cytown and rcdrone. rcdrone takes a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 is Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I think we got some good voices for that match there, Krim.
Yeah, it's going to be none other than Redbird Brad and Liquid Husband on the mic. So, 2 great runners and 2 great voices to listen to. So definitely come back for that.
So with that, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for joining us here for the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2019 tournament. This is my final hurrah here as far as commentary is concerned for this tournament. You see, Drone not only eliminates me as a player, but he's going to now eliminate me as commentator as well. It's been a blast commentating this and playing this tournament, and a special thanks to everyone who's helped put this together behind the scenes.
Absolutely. And thank you, Rick. Done an awesome job, and really want to thank everyone here at Speed Gaming, one of our great partners with the Z1R tournaments year after year. So very, very thankful for not all that you don't do on the Z1R side, but even on the SG side. So thank you very much, Rick. And yeah, I think that definitely will allow us to get out of here for the night. Let our 2 runners go relax for the rest of the night and start to prepare for about 46 hours from now.
Thank you guys for all your work. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Go ahead and send us out, Rick.
All right. I'm Adirondack Rick for Crimson Avix, for ex-Russian Bishop, who was the person clicking the buttons in the background for us. Stay tuned here to Speed Gaming. We have some great stuff coming up on the way tomorrow. Stay tuned for a lot of fun stuff over the next few days, and we'll see you again here in 46.5 hours from now for Game 2 between rcdrone and cytown here on twitch.tv/speedgaming. Have yourselves a great night.